52 Diplomatic blackmail. I still don't understand. You know that destroying the dam will definitely be condemned by the international community, and it has no major military significance. Is there any significance? Of course there is. Lin Huaisheng said. Tell me about it. One is military. The 2nd Armored Brigade is on the move, and the destination may be Islamabad, followed by the 2nd Mechanized Brigade. These mobilizations of the Indian Army must also be seen. The flood can partially destroy the road network, hinder the entire Pakistani bloc west of Gujarat, and divide their ground forces. Indian intelligence must have fully studied the flood disaster in this area 6 years ago, when only helicopters could fly to the core disaster area, so they have the confidence to make such a judgment. What about the 2nd? The 2nd, it should be a political purpose. I have studied Singer a lot over the years. He is a complete gambler. He wants to use attacks. The behavior of the dam, to show determination. He must be a lunatic, so to speak. But, you should know, it is common sense that all the people on the street hide from lunatic. This is what he wants. India. It has always been claimed that China's construction of dams on the upper reaches of the Brahmaputra is intolerable, but if there is no concrete action, everyone will think that he is just talking. If he dares to do this, it will definitely bring huge pressure to our country's decision-making. I can't imagine. He wants to force our country into submission with this one hand. You probably haven't gambled money, so naturally you can't imagine it. I always think that major country diplomacy is a zero-sum game in the scope of psychological blackmail, and sometimes the determination to drop a bomb, more effective than a dozen or so lip-smacking experts. You want to say that lunatics take advantage? I didn't say that. In the Indian Ministry of Defence in New Delhi, Luyad Nahan was reporting the progress of the war to the defence minister. Previously, he had carefully changed the description of the Jhelum Dam, which 11 BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles failed to hit, to 11 missiles that failed to hit the dam. This attack plan was specially arranged by Singh, and he did not expect the attack to have a strategic effect, because the Pakistani side had already controlled the water level after the war, and even hitting it would not have a great effect. But this kind of missile, which India thinks is completely ahead of the world, misses 11 rounds, which will definitely embarrass the Minister of Defense. And this huge number of launches already accounts for 1/7 of the Army's arsenal. I read the news in the morning and they said all our missiles fell into Mangala Lake, Singh said. There are some problems with navigation, Your Excellency. But not all of them have problems, and the attack effect is still under evaluation. They told me that our terrain matching technology is complete, although there may be some problems in desert areas, but there's absolutely no problem going along a river. Theoretically, but obviously if you continue to attack along this route, the effect will still not be very good. These concrete gravity dams are very difficult to destroy with conventional weapons, and I see the rest. It is better to keep the missiles from attacking their army headquarters. The missile attack can be stopped, but the attack plan has to continue. Should the Air Force be dispatched? They are all core members of Singer's personal staff. Scorpion Squadron has 4 MiG-27 bombers that can carry special bombs and are on standby at all times. We have complete control of the air in this area. As of today, we have to rely on low-altitude air strikes from the Air Force. How about their anti-aircraft fire deployment in the Jhelum Valley? Very tight fire net. You know there are a lot of infantry divisions there. It is a medium and low-altitude air defense firepower, and a large number of anti-aircraft artillery positions, but due to the terrain, the radar coverage is not complete. Then let the boys do it. The Prime Minister hopes to use this to put some pressure on China. You know that the whole world is only China can deciphering the true meaning of this attack. Determination itself is a powerful strategic weapon. In the long run, it can make them re-evaluate the plan to build a dam on the upper Brahmaputra River, and maybe their conspiracy long delay. I fully understand the Prime Minister and your good intentions. No, I don't think you fully understand, Singh shook his head. Well, since the Army's missiles are not good, this task is still leave it to the Air Force to do it, you do it? Okay, I'll go and call the 32nd Wing. By the way, how's the situation with the jammers outside the area? Israeli technicians and equipment. It has arrived, ready to use the Su-30 of the 2nd Squadron for commissioning. The aircraft of the 2nd Squadron was selected because the Air Force staff envisages taking off such aircraft from a farther airfield and maintaining stealth. The Israelis say that if this system is used, it can be suppressing 90% of the ground radar in the theater, can cut the losses of our aircraft in air battles in half. Great, our Su-30 fighters are unparalleled. Pakistan doesn't have such a good aircraft. Say when it comes to this matter, I'm afraid I have some bad news. It's new information from Director Charman. Damn, you can say what you want. Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister Karadev went to China in secret yesterday, and believes that the issue of emergency assistance for fighter jets is being negotiated. We got the plane inside. Besides, those low-grade lightnings pose little threat to us. Singer said with some caution. He still didn't know how bad the news from his supervisor was. Director Chaman learned from Hong Kong that Latif's special plane brought several senior pilots from the Air Force Combat Training Wing and CCS with him. They may have proposed to China to provide a batch of Chinese-made Su-30s. Request. Will there be such a thing? Singer said, pretending to be calm. Intelligence analysts believe that China may urgently provide a batch of advanced fighter jets with engines and airframes with more than half of their life. This has precedent in the past. According to the agreement between China and Russia, they cannot provide Su-27 or Su-30 aircraft to third countries, but these Chinese-made planes are called J-11 or. I've known this for a long time, and they have been using these Chinese-provided planes to simulate our Su-30 for exercises. Singh interrupted Lu hastily. Yadnahan's words are quite escapist. However, now these aircraft may be used in actual combat. Pakistan currently lacks heavy aircraft that can stay in the air for a long time. This is not realistic. Data links and security will be problematic. I don't believe they can use these immediately. The planes went into battle. Even their pilots were geniuses. You may be right, Your Excellency, but their cooperation seems to go a long way. New information from Charman, voices from the last recorded air conversation. Is indeed a Chinese pilot. He is on an exchange mission in Pakistan. His name is Sun Ning or Song Ning or something, and the specific unit is still under investigation. Charman is a piece of crap. I can't even figure out the exact name. Singer scolded. He knew that if he couldn't figure out the name and specific identity, it would be difficult to launch a diplomatic counterattack, because the other party would sophistry that the recording was forged. Of note, CCS, Combat Commanders School, Air Combat Commander School.